What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about the EA Most Feared Part 3 players that you must have right now. Like, you got to get these guys. It's a lot of cheap ways to get them. I'm going to go over some of the ways I was able to get some of the more newer players that are out. JALEN, RAMSEY, MYLES, GARRETT, Kyle, dig out your girl's pits. We're going to go through that. I do want to point out right here, though, that in this actual coin setup right here that they have going on, where they're giving you steps to spend real money, you will ultimately get a 92 and probably enough to get another one made by following these steps. Now, the reason that I'm pointing this out is because some of you guys don't understand what EA is doing. What they're doing is they're making you spend for guaranteed things, right? So that way you can't complain about not getting something. They started this, I think, like last year, where they did the steps, and then they've continued it in certain aspects of the promos. So if you're just looking, some of you guys are still spending money, and you're like, yo, G, what's the best thing to do? If you are already willing to spend the money, and you just want to get the players, going through these steps is probably the easiest way to get the player specifically that you want, in addition to getting pieces that go into the sets. Now, the cards themselves are very, very cheap, so it's nothing too overwhelming with it. So if you wanted to just sell some of the current players that you had, which is what I did to get a lot of the players that I got, you can do that as well, because you're actually replacing players. All right, so let me just go over some of the replacements that I was able to sell. Todd Heat, gone. Warren Sapp, gone. Where's Aeneas Williams? He should be gone too. Why isn't he on here? I thought I raid sold him. Maybe somebody didn't buy him. That dude's garbage, bruh. The dude is 3'2", and he will just get mossed all game. I'll show you the replacements and what we did with them, but just giving you guys an idea of what's going on. You have to be ready to move on, because the players are just straight trash after they've been out for a while. All right, that's just something that EA puts in the algorithm. Like, bro, after like 2 weeks, all right, dude, you gonna suck. Deal with it. Like, you're just a really bad player. So let me go back over here and see what's going on. Aeneas Williams, I had him up for sale, and I think he sold because I don't see him. I know he's gone because I sold him. He's not in my binder. I just don't know why it's not showing on my recent auction sales, which is kind of weird. But I sold him for about $330, I believe. And that's how I was able to get some of the other players. But again, I don't know if it's bugged, and I could probably see it maybe right here. Okay, there it goes. He sold for $330. I don't know why he's not there. Like, I always try to make sure you guys see like the proof of stuff that I'm doing, so that way you kind of understand. In certain instances, just get rid of the players when they're outdated. Don't wait. Just get it done, bro, because if you wait too long, it's pretty much over. So now, let's go over some of the key players that you're going to need right now. Number one, Kyle Pitts, although he's not a legend, remember, we are a Legends theme team. And yes, I'm aware he sucks right now currently in real life, but his height and his stats make him really, really good in Madden 23. All right, so what we did was we threw on Matchup Nightmare with him, and the reason that we do that is because he primarily plays the tight end position. If you play him at an outside position, you must give him something like the deep out. Deep in is garbage. We've already tested that. Mid in is trash. He has to get deep out if you're going to put him on the outside like a receiver. All right, but because he's a tight end, I'm using Matchup Nightmare right now because the different routes that I put him on inside of the tight offense, you know, maybe he's on an up and out, he's on a post, he's on an in, zig. It just makes him OP because usually, no matter what happens, that sub linebacker position is technically a linebacker. So he's going to get the better route running, and he's going to catch the ball a little bit better. Will you get the Hadoukens and the crazy Street Fighter knockouts? Yes, because the game is not really good, but I think he's best with Matchup Nightmare, in my opinion. He catches the ball a lot more efficiently. Let me just go back over there really quickly, because I got to make sure you guys saw the numbers of why he is that good. So the 91 speed, but the 91 excel is what pushes them over the edge. Because if you go through a lot of the cards, they will have speed, but the excel is not right there with them. Please take a look at that. Put him out in the game and see what he's doing. Because that 91 excel definitely shows he just keeps going. All right, the run block is a little, whatever. But remember, 6'6" tight end in the middle of the field, and you're throwing high point passes. Guess what's going to happen? You don't have to guess. You probably got moss while this video was in the background because it happens so often in Madden 23. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to let you guys know we're rocking the 3 AP with the Matchup Nightmare on him. Andrew Thomas, he does not get a secondary position, but what he does get is edge protector for 1. If you want to slow down the blitz even more than with the update that EA Sports has put out, put edge protector on your outside tackles. All right? Well, you don't have to say outside. The tackles are automatically outside. The guards are inside. Never mind that. Don't worry about it. But put it on your tackles. All right? He does not get a secondary position. If you're a Giants theme team, first of all, God bless you. They suck. But if you're a Giants theme team, he's going to have to play that position. All right? Which is going to hurt you. Both of the tackles that get edge protector for 1 AP, they don't have secondary positions. All right, so that's very, very difficult if you're maneuvering guys around. Are they good players? You can definitely see that the edge protector has been upgraded. EA Sports actually makes it work, so it slows down the edge rush a lot. Okay, you can get OP and get one of the legend guys and put him in Russ Grimm over at right tackle and use secure protector, because that also helps in the run game, and it also slows down the blitz as well if you would like to do that. But I don't really want to do that right now. I like the way that my team is playing, so I'm going to leave them the way they are right now. All right, moving right along. We're going to start off again, JALEN Ramses. All right, RAMSEY. Listen, dude, this guy goes crazy. Okay, is he garbage? Yes. But he goes crazy because of his height. So if people are trying to moss you, what happens is, it was very interesting. I had a dude come out still running around with Donald Parham, and the dude just threw the ball up in the air, high point, whatever. JALEN Ramsey actually stood solid without the animation and just pushed him down with only pick artist. All right? Keep that in mind. If you want to run zone with him, you could give him mid-zone KO for 2, which is not unreasonable. All right? It's not unreasonable for a man-to-man archetype. And the reason that I'm saying that is, if you're looking for knockouts primarily, that could be the key to getting like one of those clean knockouts when he's just in a deep third. All right. I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Or if he's like in a deep blue on the outside. But I'm going with pick artist right now for 1, because I don't really have the AP to move around. I'm just letting you guys understand, though, he does get that mid zone, which is definitely good. Now, if you play somebody that wants to spread the whole offense out, he has a 92 man coverage, so you can easily put him into a man coverage situation, and he's going to play it. And what's even better, pick artist with man coverage is actually OP if you shade the correct way. He'll play as if he had one of the man KOs. So that's very, very good to know in that regard. So he's good to go. At 6'1", the height is getting a little bit better because you need the taller corners. Aeneas Williams was straight getting mossed to the point where I had to just raid sell him in the middle of a game. It was that disgusting. And then finally, Myles Garrett. Okay, we raid sold Michael Strahan for him. He's always a glitch, so you can always know that Myles Garrett's going to be doing something to make a play. He's a heavier defensive end. 87 speed is nothing, not too shabby. And then he has that huge impact block, which is why Javon Curse is like not a good card, because they glitched his impact block and it's very, very low, so he doesn't really push the offensive lineman. These players will have an immediate impact on your squad, so I would definitely look into grabbing them. And as far as completing the sets, there's several ways to do it. All right, obviously it's 3 90s that go into the set, but they give you a lot of different ways to put it together. So briefly, I'll just show you guys really, really fast what you're going to need to go to. You're going to go to Most Feared, and you're going to go ahead and pretty much at this point, let me go over to the sets right quick. You're going to go over to the sets, and then you're going to see that you can make the 87s primarily by themselves. With a few 80, what is this, all 84s or something like that? And then you have the other one where you can get the 87 plus. So you can make the 87s that go into the 90s very, very cheap and make these players very, very cheap. All right, and a lot of them are not going for more than $350 at this time. The 87 plus is a risk because I heard that only 87s are in this pack, and EA it's kind of glitched. So I would go, about making some of these 90s, right? And then putting the 390s into the cards, and then, a JALEN Ramsey, a Kyle Pitts, and then getting back the ones you're going to use. Like we were going to use Andrew Thomas, so we got back Andrew Thomas as a BND, and now he's in the lineup. So the sets are there, all right? Making the 84s, the 87s, everything is there. You could start from the low end to the top, and that's the cheapest way to get it done. Let me know if you have any other questions, comments, leave it right there. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. All at GmiasWorld. Check out GmiasWorld Gaming on YouTube and GmiasWorld Podcast on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all that good stuff. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love, y'all.